Well, welcome to the TeamMADE call. It is July 21st, and we have the pleasure of having Miss Rosa, and I say it right when I say Friesen, right?
Yeah.
It's not
correct.
like Friesen or
No,
anything? Okay.
not fancy. It's just free.
And we have exchanged calls, and so I want to first brag on her team. I told you guys in the team page that she has an incredible team, and I really enjoyed speaking with them. They were so receptive, so I hope that you're the exact same way, and that if she asks you any questions in the chat box, you answer her and let her know how much you appreciate being here, because as you know, she happens to be number 6 in the company right now. So if we were racing or sprinting, she's like right on my tail, and I'm giving all I've got. And I know that she is given all she got to maybe we can cross the finish line together. That would work.
Yes. I'm so in for that.
She's been a coach for 3.5 years. She's a 7-star diamond. She's been an elite coach for 2 years. And what I really love about her is that she is married to her high school sweetheart since 18. And she has 3 kids, Grace, Liam, and Bennett, which are like the coolest names ever. You don't look old enough to have 3 kiddos. You don't look old enough to have 3 kiddos. So are they really close in age?
No, we started, I had Grace when I was 23, and I'm 32. So she's 9, and Liam will be 6 on Sunday, and Bennett is 3.
Wow. We can just say it's a Shakeology, right?
That's right. That's what it is.
So I'm going to bring the stage over to Rosa, and she's going to talk to you just about this whole thing started, if I can just go back to, and I told Rosa this, that one of my leaders in my business was on a Zoom call with a bunch of leaders with Beachbody. And she's like, wow, I was so impressed with Rosa. She's got so many tidbits, and she shared so openly about what she does to help her team be successful. And so we had already talked about exchanging calls, but then I was like, okay, whatever you talked about in that Zoom that I missed, I'd love it if you would share today. So I know that she's going to give you guys lots of tips. So whether you're a new coach, you can implement it for yourself, or if you have a team, you can help your newer coaches be successful because of the tips that she'll give you today. So thank you so much, Rosa, for being on the call, and it's all yours.
All right. So excited to be here. You guys, I was fangirling big time. When Melissa messaged me, she was so sweet, and she messaged me just to congratulate our team on hitting top 10. And I was like, ah! I sent a message to my diamond coaches with a screenshot, because I have been a fangirl for a really long time. So I'm very, very excited to chat with you guys. So I want to talk to you guys about getting new coaches started right, and my process and how it works for me, because I sucked at it when I started. I did. I was terrible. And not because I wanted to be. It's just I didn't get it. And I don't think probably that I was empathetic enough, probably. So what I started to really change this year, and the reason our team is pushing for top 10 this year, is I've changed my process for how I sponsor coaches and how I train my new coaches as well. And it's working. It's working really, really well. So, I have a lot of new coaches who hit Success Club in their first week or a couple of weeks, their first month as a coach, and many of them who go on to learn to hit Success Club 10 and 20, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope this will be valuable for you. If you're a very new coach, just maybe put this in your back pocket, for future reference. And so firstly, before I get into like what my process looks like, I'll give you a couple of like really crucial, like foundational sort of elements. Number 1 is that first, you've got to be the coach that you want on your team. Like I do a gut check with myself every single day. Every day I ask myself, if my challengers and my future challengers worked on their fitness journey like I work on my fitness journey, would I be proud? And would they get results? If my new coaches, if my team worked on their business the way that I worked on my business today, would I be proud, and would they get results? So that gut check, I do that every single morning after I tell myself I'm beautiful, because we should all do that in the morning. The second thing is you've got to remember when you're posting on your social media that you're posting to your coaches as much as you are to your prospects. You're talking to your team as much as you're talking to any prospect out there. Because the ones who are on your team, they need to be inspired. They need to see that you're doing something. You guys, talk about money. I'm serious. If you earned a $14 paycheck, cool. That's progress, right? If you're making $50 a week, if you've worked your way to the point where you're making $100 a month, I don't know of anybody who wouldn't enjoy an extra $100 a month. If you're paying for your Shakeology, like that is progress. And you should share about that, and you should talk about that on your social media. Because if you come from a place of gratefulness, it's never going to come off like you're bragging. If you come from a place where you're grateful for this, people are going to become your cheerleaders. They're going to be happy for you, and they're going to be inspired by you. And especially if you earned a $14 paycheck, talk about that. Because next time when you earn a $100 paycheck, you can be like, look what happened. 2 weeks ago, my paycheck was $14 and I earned $100 this week. Your team needs to see that. Your coaches need to see that as much as any prospect needs to see that, because that keeps them pushing. If she can do it, maybe I can do it too. If she can do it, I can do it, right? That's why we share our fitness results. It's to inspire people like us that if we can do it, if we can fit it into our busy schedules, they can too. It's exactly the same with the business. So I talk about progress all the time on social media. Progress is my common theme. Progress in terms of my fitness journey. And I've got to give a huge shout out to Melissa, because the MADE diet changed my life for real. I have PCOS, and girl, I'm serious. This is like this is what I needed. So thank you. And so I talk about my progress in terms of fitness, and I talk about my progress in terms of income. I talk about my progress in terms of my level of confidence in myself. Oh my goodness. Like when I started as a coach, I never could have been here. Like I never could have talked to you guys. So my level of confidence has really changed. I'm comfortable in my skin, whereas I didn't used to be. And so the best way that I can put it for you guys is when you share this stuff, take a little snapshot of before. Like take a little mental snapshot of before and then share about the now. So compare before to now, and do that in every single aspect of #ThatCoachLife. Okay? And so talk about that all the time. I try to say something about that coach life every single day. Even if it's just to say that my fitness journey is more consistent than it's ever been because of #ThatCoachLife. Right? So I work it in. I weave it in every single day. Money was intensely uncomfortable for me to talk about, but I realized that I need to put it out there. That's something that I need to be sharing, and that's something that you guys need to be sharing regardless of where you are right now. Yeah, #ThatCoachLife. It's like Frank's Red Hot sauce. You put that on everything, right? Okay. So I'm going to get into my process and how I work things. So number one, I sponsor my coaches in clusters. I almost never sponsor one coach at a time. If I do sponsor one coach at a time. Okay, so I've been in this for almost 4 years. October 1st will be my 4th anniversary as a coach. So I've built up some credibility at this point, right, with my followers, because I was here last month and the year before and the year before and the year before. And so sometimes I'll have someone come to me and say, I chatted with you 2 years ago. I wasn't ready at the time, but you're sharing all of this stuff and I want what you have. I actually just got that message yesterday. It made me cry. And so she's like, I'm ready. Like, I want to jump in right now. I want to be a part of your team. And so I was like, awesome. Let's get you started. New coach training starts on August 1st. And then in my mind, I'm like, I need to do a sneak peek right now so that I have a community for this person. So typically I do a sneak peek once a month. Like that's just part of my process as well. So I sponsor coaches in clusters. Typically I don't have that one-off. I usually do sponsor my coaches as a result of a sneak peek. But the reason I do that is because I make a point of drawing commonalities between my new coaches in that little new coach training group. So-and-so also lives in BC, right? Like, oh my gosh, you guys live really close to each other. Or last month, I actually had 2 pregnant mamas who joined our team. And so I connected the 2 of them. Did you know that so-and-so was also pregnant? And so they start to friend request each other. I should backtrack a little bit. Before we start our new coach training, as people are registering, I will ask them to introduce themselves, and it's super like no pressure. Tell us where you live, tell us about your family, kids or fur babies, tell us a little bit about your fitness journey. I don't say fitness goals, because then they'll give me like one line. Like they'll be like, I want to lose 10 pounds, but I want to hear like a little bit more than that. So I ask about their fitness journey. And so with those 3 things, I can draw commonalities between everyone, right? Nobody's left out of that conversation. I make sure that they know they're not alone. There are all these other coaches. I mean, if there are 5 people in a new coach training, if there are 3 people in a new coach training, if they start to friend request each other and build a little community and support system, they feel like they're a part of something. Whereas if I put them in the larger team group, they're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what all these acronyms are. SC, like what the heck even does that mean? You know, because everybody's using the Beachbody lingo once they've been coaches for a little while. And it's in this new coach training group that they find their community when they start out. So I do that before the new coach training even starts. And this is why I started to sponsor coaches in clusters as opposed to one week, one the next week, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so in my coach sneak peek, I have 3, I do a 5-day sneak peek personally. I do 3 days of valuable content that they're actually super interested in, like stuff that will draw them into #ThatCoachLife, right? I talk about my fitness journey. I talk about how I built my business. And I talk about how we earn an income as well. And then like I put stuff in there though, like some like personal development stuff that they can use right now. Fitness tips also that they can use right now. They don't even have to become a coach for that content. And then I open registration. So by this point, people are excited and they're like, registration opens. And so I have my coaches register, and then I have an end date for registration as well. Because if they have an end date, then it tends to make them like it pushes them to actually take action, because it's human nature to procrastinate. Right? And so they're like, oh, I'll just do it. You know, maybe I'll do it next month. Maybe I'll do it after summer's over. Maybe. And I give them a reason why they want to become a part of this new coach training. I talk about how I support them in their fitness journey. I strongly believe that personally sponsored coaches should be in your challenge group or some kind of fitness support group, because they need me for that too. So I talked to them about how I want to help them get results in terms of their fitness journey. And there really is no better time to start than now to change your life. So registration opens and then it closes a day or 2 before our new coach training actually starts. And then in my new coach training, I do a 5-day quick start. So my 5-day quick start is so simple. I don't give them any information at all. So I don't give them how-tos on the Coach Online Office. Like I don't give them any info. I give them day 1 personal development. Here's a Tony Robbins video that is like super, like it amps you up and it motivates you right in the moment. And so I talk about how we take it upon ourselves to inspire other people. Right? We share our lives and our fitness journeys to inspire other people. And in order to keep giving, we've got to fill ourselves back up. So this is a vital behavior of a coach. So day 1, I talk just about personal development. And then you can send a free Audible book to anybody if they don't have a membership on Audible. And so I will take whatever, I love You Are a Badass. Like it's a really great like starting book, I think, just to get people to be like, yeah, I totally am. Right? So you can send a free Audible book to anybody. I just go in, put in their email address, and if they don't have an account, they get the book for free. So that's part of my new coach training on day 1 as well. In that quick start book on day 2, I have a Canva document. Do you guys know canva.com? I use it all the time. So I just took examples of 12 of my posts. So I did I did a new coach announcement. That wasn't mine. It was somebody else's because mine was really, really terrible. Basically, I was like, you should buy something. It was the worst. So I don't teach that. But I took an example from one of my team members for a new coach announcement. And it was from a personal perspective. It wasn't from like a coachy sort of perspective. That coach announcement was like talking a little bit about your own fitness journey and what your goals are. And I'm so excited to have become a part of this community. So that's day 1 of this 12 days of posts. And then I have in there a post about a workout, a post about nutrition. I have a post in there about we played hide and seek, like our family was playing hide and seek, and my hubby's pretty built and he got stuck under a bed. He couldn't get out. He had to like lift it to get out from under it. So I shared that post with them because I wanted them to understand we're not like Beachbody bots. We share about our lives. We need to be relatable with people. So I put a couple of different life posts in there that have nothing to do with workouts or anything like that. I'm a medium amount of vain. And so I talk about makeup and fashion and that kind of thing. So I put a couple of posts like that in there and just said, name 3 things that you're interested in that don't have anything to do with fitness. And that will be part of your social media content as well. So anyway, I just created these 12 days of posts. And I was like, for the next 12 days, here you go. Just model after these 12 posts. This is how you start sharing on social media. I didn't share the why behind it. I didn't share any theory. I was just like, here are the examples, model after these. So again, very simple, very like feet on the ground kind of thing. And then for the next several days, their accountability, like I do an accountability post. They're supposed to do their personal development. They're supposed to do their workout of the day. If they've gotten their challenge pack in the mail, they do their Shakeology and their workout. If they haven't gotten their challenge pack in the mail, they're on Beachbody On Demand and they're doing a workout. So that's their accountability. And that's it for the first 5 days. So they're connecting and I'm shouting them out for any bit of progress that they make. I ask them to share their new coach announcements, the ones who post the screen cap. I always do a shout out in a separate post and just like recognize the crap out of it because it's a big deal for people to take that step, right? So that 5-day quick start is like there's just not a whole lot to it. It's just very, very simple. But I want them to come into it and be like, I can do this. And I want them to build some confidence in those first 5 days. After that, I have a 21-day new coach training, and that is self-paced. They do it at their own pace. Some coaches burn through it on a weekend, and some take it day by day and do like one of those trainings every single day. I reuse this group every month. I hate emptying groups. It's the worst. Like just deleting people, I hate doing that. So I just reuse this group every month. I remove everybody who has graduated, and then I add my new coaches in for the following month. Okay, so what I've done that also really works really, really well is within this new coach training group, I want us all to work together to fill up a challenge group. So we're doing it together. So I create a public event on my own profile. And I have one that starts August 1st and it's called Sweat in the Summer, Skinny Jeans in the Fall. And like in big letters on top, it just says best summer ever. And I branded it because I want vain girls like me to be like, oh, I want to fit into my skinny jeans in the fall, right? And so my new coaches are able to use this challenge group to get started. So I post the public event in the new coach training group. And then I tell them, here is how we have the conversation. I'm not a huge fan of scripts. I don't love them because I feel like a lot of coaches will just copy and paste and they really don't make it their own. And then people, one time a coach told me that her friend was asking her if she was if she was like, is this what you're supposed to say? Because this doesn't even sound like you. So what I give them is a conversation flow as opposed to a script. So step one is just to ask if they're interested in checking out a fitness challenge. Like whatever, but by name, like whatever it's called. I've got this fitness challenge coming up. It's called whatever. Would you like to check it out, kind of thing. And then the second step, it's super organic for new coaches to share their own fitness goals and then ask the person what theirs are. That feels like a friend conversation. Like if you're talking to your bestie, you're like, oh my goodness, like I really need to lose these 10 pounds and it's just so stubborn. Like and then you start the conversation. So it just feels super organic that way. So they share their own fitness goals and then ask that friend what their fitness goals are. And then they let them know, I'm going to put you in this event. You'll get all the details of the fitness challenge in this event. Day one, I post transformation photos from our team. So it's all like Fit Republic coaches. So we've got a personal connection and I can speak to each one's transformation. And I just like that better than using the beachbody.com ones. It's just more personal. And then I can say like, these are Fit Republic team members. And I choose transformation photos that like are going to be relatable for a wide range of people. So this one, I think I posted 6. And there was one girl who just like, I don't know if she even lost any weight, but she did tone up and she looked fabulous. And then a couple, like one who lost 20 pounds, one who's lost 40 pounds. So I put like a wide range of transformation photos. That's day one. That's all I post. On day 2, I actually have a challenge pack box with Shakeology and a shaker cup and the containers and all the things in my office because I record this video every single month. And so on day 2, I will unpack the challenge pack box. I simplify it by using one workout program for this challenge group as opposed to making it a multi-program. I love it when the 21-Day Fix and the 21-Day Fix Extreme are both on sale because that just makes it so easy. Like for people who are a little bit more fit, they can use the 21-Day Fix Extreme. For people who are just starting, 21-Day Fix. So that's my favorite. Talk about what this accountability group is going to be like. And I do like a little Zoom call and I share screenshots of like people posting sweaty selfies and people posting little videos and motivational posts and stuff like that from the challenge group so they can see what it's actually going to be like. And then since I'm usually talking about the challenge pack that is on sale that month, here's the deal. So like, I was talking to my husband about a vacation that I wanted to take with our family. And I was like, okay, so it's only like $8,000. And Chris was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? And I was like, fine, I guess we can do the $3,000 one. And then and he's like, okay, that sounds better. It always sounds better if you say the more expensive thing first. So that's what I do in my video. I always say the regular price first. And then I tell them what the sale price is. I do mention the money back guarantee. It's a pretty simple, short video, but all the details for the challenge group are in this event. So all my challengers and all their challengers are getting all of the information in this event. And then it's up to my coaches to follow up with their prospects, and I follow up with my prospects as well. And then we start this fitness challenge together, and I just make a little calendar for who's going to be posting when. And so we run this together. It's a team effort. And I found that in terms of new coaches hitting Success Club, they find it a lot less intimidating if they're able to join mine and have this event to sort of fall back on for their first month especially. I will allow them to use my challenge group for their second month as well, but in their third month, I will kick them out of the nest and it's time for them to do their own. So Yeah. So I just find that like the different personality types, like more emerald personality types. I don't know if you guys have a point of reference for that. More like analytical personality types and detail oriented people. They like to see exactly how I do it before they do their own. Right. Okay. So that's it for that. Oh, I forgot to mention, I do a weekly call for my new coaches, like just for my new coaches. My booty is in this chair every single Wednesday night because, like, for every single new coach training group, it is a lot of repetition every month, but it's all different coaches and they all, like, I feel like that bit of reassurance, you know, on that call. And one person has a question, the other one is like, oh yeah, I was wondering that too. Or one person is like, I'm really nervous about posting this or that. And another coach is like, oh, me too. That me too is so powerful. So I do a weekly new coach call for my new coaches as well. And then recognition. So as they're going through the 21 days of training, it is self-paced. I don't tag them in every video. I just let them go through it at their own pace. But when someone gets a Success Club point on the board, I recognize it like it's the first coach who ever got a Success Club point on the board ever. You know how every single Monday, Beachbody is like, this is the national wake-up call to end all national wake-up calls. This is going to be the best national wake-up call ever. Every Monday, right? Because then it's exciting. So with my new coaches, I do that. And it is a huge deal for a brand new coach to have a Success Club point on the board. They're helping somebody. It is a big deal. Don't lose sight of that. So I recognize all my new coaches and I go into my online office every single day to see what progress is being made. And I have this thing that I do every single day where I have the names of my coaches and how many Success Club points they have so that I can shout them out if they've made progress. And then here's what I do in my new coach training. I ask, who is it? Who joined you? Who are you helping this month? What program did they join with? And that way it humanizes Success Club for them. And then, like, for example, just today, one of my new coaches was like, oh, my sister, she saw my post about this and that, and she decided that she wanted to join our challenge group. I'm so excited. She joined with the 21-Day Fix Extreme. And then another coach is like, I have a sister. Right? So then it becomes like, oh, like if this new coach did it and I'm a new coach, so she did it, then I could probably do it too. So recognition within a new coach training is a huge, huge piece that, like, you know, I could not do it and save the time, but I just find that it's made such a big difference for my girls. I call them, whoops, I lost you. Oh, there you are. I call them my girls because I only ever sponsor women. My target market. Okay. Then they graduate from new coach training. And what I do is some special resources for coaches who have hit Success Club. And I do this every single month for my personally sponsored coaches who have hit Success Club. I set aside some time, and I will set aside two afternoons for one-on-one calls for coaches who have hit Success Club. And those, like, for me personally, those are the only coaches that I typically do one-on-ones with, because those are the ones who need more. Everybody else has the information that they need to hit Success Club from what they've already gone through, right? So I will set up, here are my time slots for one-on-ones. If you hit Success Club, put your name down, and we do our 30-minute one-on-one. I also do a special call for coaches who hit Success Club, all my personally sponsored coaches who hit Success Club. Same deal as the National Wake Up Call. This is the Success Club call to end all Success Club calls. It is going to be amazing. You have to be there. And here's what I do. I make it super fun. Bring a glass of wine, bring your vodka drink or whatever it is that my Texas girls like to drink. It's super informal. We're all usually wearing pajamas because I want it to be a community kind of feel. And then I really make an effort to really, really bring it for them. So here's what's working for me in my business. Look, here are the coach conversations I'm having right now. Here's how I do it. It's not perfect, but I'm having like a lot of them, right? And here's what I say. Sometimes I talk about what I'm doing in terms of social media, live videos right now. I'm so into that on Facebook. So I talked about that on a recent one. So I give them like the inside look into my coaching business, and they love that. So it's not a long call. It's usually like 30 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes. It's not long, but I really try to bring it and give them the good stuff and like that inside look into exactly what I'm doing. And that's a reward just for coaches who have hit Success Club. They always rave about it, and they always love the fact that they got to drink their glass of wine during our call. And then the rest of the coaches who didn't make the call because they didn't make Success Club want to make Success Club because that looks fun. And they learn some stuff. And then lastly, I do a 2-minute live video for my personally sponsored coaches every day. So I just like all I do is 2 minutes of what I'm working on that day. Right now, I've got a sneak peek going on. I'm making my list of people that I need to send a voice message to follow up with. I'm preparing for my summit workshop. And like, these are the things on my to-do list today. And then out. What are you working on? And then they comment below with what they're working on. And that's in my personally sponsored group. That's like after they've graduated out of the new coach training. Also, I don't put them in my personally sponsored group until they graduated out of the new coach training, just to simplify things again a little bit more. And that is it. That is my process. It's very, very simple, but that's how I roll. I'm ADD personality.
I wouldn't say that's all I do. That was so much information that I'm gonna have to watch this again. But what I really loved, Rosa, is how strong you are and how important it is for you to create that culture, which is something that I really try to do as well. I think the reason why what we do as a company works is because we give people the accountability and the support to reach their fitness goals. But I think that's also so important when it comes to reaching your business goals, is to have that same accountability and support. And so it's really refreshing to hear that that's what you do. And obviously it works because you're very successful in this business, and your system is working. And I really like how you take them from being brand new, and it's not baby steps by any means, but it's simple. And I think simple is so important to new coaches, because even when people come in with me, I still hear it's so overwhelming, and I try so hard to make it not overwhelming. And I think that's something that you've definitely fine-tuned, is to make sure that they feel like they're being successful. Because even when you hit one Success Club point, you honor that. And I think that's probably is what is making you so successful right now.
Thank you. I think the most important thing, like if you take nothing else from this call, it's helping them build a little community, right? Mm-hmm. Like when they get started, helping them build that little support system as they get started, and making sure they understand that even like the little accomplishments as they go are a really big deal for every new coach.
Right. So share with me how you lit up when you said Facebook Live. I hide in my closet when I hear the word Facebook Live. And you say you love it. Tell me what it is that you do, how you are using Facebook Live to build your business.
Okay. So the reason that I love it, I'm like, do you know Danny Johnson at all and her like personality types?
The gyms?
Yeah.
A little bit.
So I'm like so Ruby that it hurts. Like Ruby is like, it's like I don't have any other personality in there at all. It's all like super goal oriented. If something is going to help me make progress, I'm going to do that thing. So my first live video was horrendous because I was like, I couldn't really breathe, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're watching me right now. And then I was like, I've got 2 followers. Ooh, I've got nobody at all. And I'm like, oh no, they hate me. And then I've got 5, and then I've got 2. I'm like, I suck at this. But the thing is, with the way that Facebook algorithms have changed, they're really pushing live video. And so I use live video to draw up engagement on all the rest of my page and all the rest of my posts. And so if I'm going to do a call to action, I am going to sandwich it between live videos.
Yeah.
Because then my call to action post is going to generate a ton more engagement because I'm doing live videos. But my live videos, I do stuff that's going to really add value. Like I said, I'm a medium amount of vain. So when I do makeup tutorials, like people love that kind of stuff. My eyeliner has been a deal on my page since I had this photo shoot last month, and since then I've been doing this eyeliner thing. People keep asking me about it, so I did a tutorial for that. And then the way I contour my makeup. Sometimes I talk about how I built my confidence in the last 3 years. If you're really, like, if you're an organized person and you talk to me about how you organize your pantry, I'll never organize my pantry, but I want to watch that. Right? I do. I'm the most terrible cook also. And I will never cook the things, but I will watch the video on how to cook the things.
Right.
Because I find it fascinating.
Right.
People find value in that kind of thing, like those everyday things. People find value in that kind of thing. And then on a live video, it's so, I feel like the direction of social media is going very raw and organic and a lot less filtered. And so that's why Snapchat is becoming such a big thing. And I think that's why live has become such a big thing, because they see you in your element and there are no filters and it is what it is. And you make a mistake and it just, right? So I love the engagement that it draws. And I also feel like it's like fast track relationship building.
Absolutely. Just a little backstory. With Chalene Johnson, when she started her Smart Success and her, Marketing Impact Academy, she had us, her minions. We were affiliates for her because word of mouth was the best way for people to learn about her. And so when Periscope came out and she started getting on Periscope Live, and then she went over to Facebook Live, she no longer needed us because people were building that relationship with her through the computer screen because she was talking to these people and they trusted her. So they didn't have to hear from somebody else that she's wonderful and trustworthy. They felt it through the screen. And so I sit here and I talk so confidently about it. Like I totally think it's the best thing in the world to do, but I've still only done, Rosa, I've done one Facebook Live.
I was on it.
Oh, you were?
I was on it. Yes, I was.
Oh.
And I loved it. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. You were talking about how people can interact with you.
Yeah.
Like on a live video, they can comment and you can answer questions as they're asking them. Mm-hmm. And so they are a part of what's going on as opposed to just watching something. I love that too. Okay, there's a question here. I'm a private person who's more introverted. Live scares me and I don't/won't do Snapchat. Anyone have any advice? So in terms of Snapchat, I mean, I'm on it because I love it and I actually have a lot of fun. However, I had to ask a friend's 13-year-old to come to my house because I couldn't, I could not brain how to Snapchat. Like I didn't understand how to add people, how do people add me, how do you grow this, how do you, anything. I didn't get it. And this kid was a whiz and he taught me in took 30 minutes of me asking the same questions over and over again. But I don't think it's necessary that you have to be on Snapchat, if you don't love it. But in terms of video and live video, I would do this. First, just record a video on your phone and post that, get comfortable with that. Then that's a really good step one. And post it in a private group. If you don't want to post it on your Facebook page, post it in your team groups, post it among friends, post it in your challenge group. Oh my gosh, video for challenge groups is my favorite too. Start there. And then the first time you go live among friends and do it in your team group or in your challenge group as well. And let people know you're going to go live in your challenge group. right? And say, I've got these 5 frequently asked questions. It doesn't matter if nobody's asked you a question. You can come up with 5 questions that you figure are frequently asked, right? And just say, I'll be going live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or whatever. And I'm going to give you the answers to 5 most frequently asked fitness questions. And I'll answer any of your questions like as we go. And that will invite them to comment and ask questions. Here's the deal. If you don't know the answer to their question, there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. I say I don't know all the time. I had this coach who signed up who scared the crap out of me last month because she kept asking me the details of the policies and procedures.
Oh.
And I was like, I honestly have never read that document. Like, I know that's probably bad and I probably should, but I wouldn't even remember if I did. So she kept asking me all these questions. I was like, I don't know, but I will find out for you. I will go and search and I will figure that out for you. But that's what you can do if you do an FAQ video. If people are asking you questions and you have no idea, just be like, I have no idea, but that is a fabulous question. And I will come back to you with an answer tomorrow.
Right.
So start there where you're comfortable and then branch out later on your page.
Right. Oh, go on.
Sorry, I just had one more. Talk about the fact that you're an introvert when you do your first live video on your page or your profile, wherever you are. Like, talk about the fact that you're super introverted. You could even do a video about the fact that you're doing this because you're stepping out of your comfort zone because you're super introverted.
Right. Great advice. And Megan, also, not to say like, what's your brand? Because you may not even know what that is yet, but what are you just deeply passionate about? And if you can talk about, just the top 3 things that make you passionate about, like for me, let's just say intermittent fasting. I could go on and say, and talk about the 3 interesting things about intermittent fasting, because it's something I'm very comfortable talking about. So you could talk about, cooking, or like Rosa said, organization, just something that's you're super comfortable talking about, that you wouldn't need a script. You wouldn't need an outline. You could just talk off the top of your head because you're so comfortable with it. That's where you start.
Yes. I've got this one friend who, like, she makes the fanciest kids' lunches ever, like that I've ever seen. And I will never make those lunches, but she posts them on Facebook and I always read about them. Like, whatever you're comfortable with and passionate about, people will be interested in.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. Any other questions for Miss Rosa? You've got to remember that you've got the attention of the 6th top coach out of about 500,000 coaches. And can I ask, Rosa, where you landed like last year? I mean, where were you last year?
Firstly, I'm going to say they've got the top 5 coach air day, but I ended last year at number 24.
Wow.
No, but let me tell you, top 10 was my goal last year.
Okay.
It was my goal last year, and it just wasn't clicking. And I honestly, I was working really hard. It just wasn't happening. And then in September, I was like, I'm not one of those girls. Like, I'm just not one of those girls. I don't think I can do this because I'm not like those girls. No. And then it was this year, I was like, no, I'm not like them, but I'm like me. And I think me can do this. Right.
Yeah. We have 2 questions, but before you answer those, and the last 2 questions, no more, you guys, I want to ask you real quick, can you pinpoint anything that you changed last year to this year that has helped you be from 24 to number 6? Is there anything that you can think of that you do differently than you did last year?
Yes. Okay, firstly, oh my gosh, you guys, that mid-year report that came out, like, I don't know if you guys got that, but I got that mid-year report that came out. Seriously, I was floored. I've sponsored pretty much the same as what I did last year. Yep. And like Shakeology customers, like all of that is pretty much the same. And I was like, dang, so if that's pretty much the same, then something else has really, really changed. And what it was number 1, I'm so unapologetically myself now, whereas before I really compared myself to, other elite coaches and especially the top 10. And I was always telling myself I'm not like them, so I can't do what they did. And so that comes out in my social media. I'm very like, I'm a lot more comfortable with myself. I'm very like, my opinion is my opinion and I don't apologize for it kind of thing. So that has really changed, which I believe is attracting more people who are more like me and who get me more and I get them more. And so I think that has made a difference. And then secondly, it is the fact that I really make an effort to build that community in the new, with my new coaches. I really make that effort to make them feel like they're a part of something and don't feel lost. Those are the two things.
Okay. Yeah. That confidence is huge. Renee, she said that it'll be 4 years in October that she's been a coach. And Jessica asks, your favorite personal development books and audio, obviously besides You're a Badass. Do you have a couple others that you can recommend?
Okay. Oh, the book, I don't know if you guys are going to be interested in this, but the book Launch, Jeff Walker, maybe. That was the inspiration for the way that I do my coach sneak peeks. And I just absolutely love that book, but that's more it's more a business strategy thing than it is a personal development thing. There's this book, I'm going to show you the book. It's called How the World Sees You by Sally Hogshead. She has a second book called Fascinate, and they're the same idea, but How the World Sees You is more from a personal perspective, and Fascinate is more from a business perspective. I loved both of these resources because I fell in love with myself a little bit when I started reading about it and learning about what my strengths and my weaknesses are. And instead of continually trying to get better at what I suck at, I just doubled down on what I'm actually good at. And so it just clarified for me the things that I am good at so I could double down on those things. Yeah, I can't find it in here because I have a gazillion audiobooks, but it's How the World Sees You and Fascinate by Sally Hogshead. And then Compound Effect, I read it every 6 months, or I lie. I listen to the audiobook. I never read books because I fall asleep. But when I'm doing my makeup and my hair and showering, I got one of those speakers that you can put in your shower. Mm-hmm. And you just stick it. It's really awesome. So I do my personal development every single day when I'm in the bathroom. And the Compound Effect I listen to every 6 months because I always need it. And I always need to remember that consistency rules.
Perfect. And then Jada just wanted to know, how do you start attracting people to you? Was it your warm market or social media?
Oh, girl, social media is the long game. Social media is the long game. It is not the right now game. Also because I sucked a bucket of balls at, sorry.
That's okay.
I really sucked at social media when I started. And so it's the long game, and it takes a long time to sort of, it took me a long time. It took me 3 full years to feel like I know what I'm doing posting on my Facebook, but it was because I continually posted about my workouts and my progress and my nutrition and all of that kind of stuff, that kind of consistency. So it was my warm market when I started. Gary Vaynerchuk came out with a book just this year, and in this book he said if he were to have it all over to do again, and if he were to start a new business, here's what he'd do. He would email and text and call and go around his neighborhood and talk to every single person he knows and let them know that he's starting this business. It doesn't matter if it's a restaurant or a hair salon or a Beachbody coaching business. I really think when you're starting out, it's not pushing people to buy something. It's letting them know, hey, here's what's going on. Here's what I'm doing. I'm super, super excited about it. And that is the reason that I had a relatively strong first year is because I talked to everybody, even though my skill set on social media was terrible.
Great advice. Great advice. Really good advice. And it never goes away. I mean, I talk about this all the time. Don't ever be afraid just to stand on a stage and scream, I'm a Beachbody coach. Be proud of it. There's nothing about it that you should not just want to scream it from the top of your lungs. It's such an honorable thing to do. So Rosa, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being on this call and looking so dang pretty and easy on the eyes. And I get to see you in a week, right?
Yes.
So I hope you have really safe travels. You have to go a long way. Will you guys all wave and tell her thank you? Yeah.
Bye, guys. Nice to meet you.
And cheer loud for her when you see her on stage. And thank you so much again, honey. And you guys have a great night, okay?
Bye, guys.
Bye.